Mr. Nichols here with Mr. Wallace.
Can I have just 1 second to speak with him, Your Honor? I wasn't sure who the attorney was on that, being as this case, I think, 2020, and Mr.
Wallace here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr.
Courtroom.
Mr. Martz is still the listed attorney on it, so I wasn't sure who the current attorney
Well, we
was.
can wait because it's been, I'm just not taking the bench at 8:47, so. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dudley Carter, file number 23-01712, council appearance.
Jeff Reynolds on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor, that's John Lee's case. Hold on. Can't find him, Your Honor. If you want, we can call my cases. I have Cheney and Swain. I don't have any of my clients.
Cheney failed to appear. Did you have contact with Cheney?
I did on Friday. I contacted him. I expected him to be here. I don't have a good phone number for Swain, and she didn't reply to my email. The only thing I suspect is that there have been the power outages are causing it, but it's the first time in a while I've been 0 for 2, but
This is the one that was supposed to have a jury trial today?
we switched it over to pleas and final pre-trials, you know,
I
I
recognize
already got
that.
offers, and like I said, I'm not able, I was expecting them both to show up this morning.
Okay, so interestingly enough, the two people that got switched from jury trial didn't come to court today.
Yes, Your Honor, I can only do so much.
I know. Well, the only thing I can do is issue a bench warrant and
Yes.
remand them to custody.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so we have Christina Raymond, that was Lee.
Yes, Your Honor. And she's not here. I think the only one-
I mean, only one person is here today.
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez
Sergio
downstairs.
Gonzalez. Where is he?
Downstairs, Mr.
Oh, that's what he's getting out of
Yeah.
custody. So the only person we have here is the person that's in custody.
And Mr. Nichols calling.
Yes.
You need to speak with Mr. Nichols.
Just briefly, Your Honor.
Everyone else is being bench warranted. Let's see.
I wrote up I watched the body on camera with this thing.
Well, we don't, this is the only person we have here, I guess. They were always bringing somebody upstairs. I really need to know, Mr. Brodowitz, what have you been doing for 47 minutes if you hadn't spoken to the one person who had a client here?
I did not know who the attorney was that was on that file, Your Honor, and I was speaking with the other victims that I have here.
We have an
Well-
appearance from Mr. Nichols since April.
It was not marked in our file, Your Honor. I apologize. I will get that changed.
So, let's see her like that.
Yeah.
What do we have in the back here? Ma'am?
You for a case like on your witness?
Yes, she's the victim in search of the dogs.
Oh,
Where is this?
who? Dudley, the one that.
No, Wallace.
Wallace,
Right.
Mr. Wallace. Where is he? Mr. Wallace?
Okay.
You can follow her. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Sergio Gonzalez, file number 23-01205, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Sergio Gonzalez, who is in the courtroom and standing to my right.
Okay, today's the date and time set for a PA 53, and then there is a final pre-trial. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I believe the parties are in agreement. The parties would ask for an adjournment of this final pretrial and the PA 53. There is currently, and I've made Mr. Lee aware of this, there's currently another felony case in review with the prosecutor's office. So in order to see how that case is going to proceed and potentially facilitate a global resolution to this and this other file, I believe the parties would be asking for an adjournment at this time.
You had a victim here today,
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
and there was no offer.
The offer that was put on the table, at least in this case, Your Honor, prior to the discussions with Mr. Lee about the potential pending felony, was for Mr. Gonzalez to plead to the charge with, and the people with that would have no objection to HYTA status if he's eligible. And with that, we would also recommend dismissal of the bond violation, Your Honor.
Oh, and you said that there's a felony. He's already on HRTA probation, isn't he?
He is currently on probation.
Okay. Okay. And then there's still the matter of a PA 53 violation. You said there's a matter that's pending in circuit, or that's pending to be issued.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time are you looking for an adjournment for?
I think 2 weeks should be sufficient, Your Honor.
Is the new case a felony?
Yeah, well, that's,
So after the exam,
yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure.
do you know where they are with issuing the new case?
I do not. I was not able to speak with the assistant prosecutor handling that on Friday. That was part. I was going to speak with them today. I would actually say that maybe a month, Your Honor. But at about 4 weeks, and I believe at that point we should have a better idea of where we're at in the process.
I'm gonna reset the final pre-trial. I'm not gonna require the witness to appear.
Okay.
October 2nd. October 2nd at 8. Any additional matters for the record on this file?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense.
Get your copy of your notice to appear, sir. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jack Wallace, file number 21-01061, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Scott Nickel on behalf of Mr. Wallace.
So weird. Okay, today's the date and the time set for a final pre-trial. Was there an offer extended on this?
Yes, Your Honor. There was. I had spoke with Mr. Nickel. I made him an offer for Mr. Wallace to plead to the charge of domestic violence with 76948 if eligible. I would leave it to Mr. Nickel to update the court on his conversation with his client.
It's the original charge, domestic violence.
I believe the original charge, Your Honor, was assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder by strangulation, and count 2 of domestic violence. If my understanding of our notes is correct on this, Your Honor, this matter was actually found over to the circuit court. However, the circuit court did send this file back. I am not entirely sure why. It's not clear from our notes, and I was unable to speak with the prosecutor who handled that.
They stipulated and remanded it back.
Okay.
The party stipulated to remand it back. It says. Because they moved to dismiss count one at the circuit court, the prosecutor. So count two is domestic violence. The offers for him to plead to count two.
Yes, with 76948 if eligible.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. That is the offer that was extended. At this time, Mr. Wallace is choosing to reject that offer. He'd like the matter to proceed to trial.
Well, it's not much of an offer anyways. It's plead to the charge, no objection to how you're going to be sentenced if you're eligible. So you have the right to have your trial. So you can proceed to trial if that's what you want to do. This matter is scheduled for trial September 18th at 8 a.m. Do you have any questions today?
Your Honor, as to that trial date, I would have to ask for the court to adjourn that date at least 1 week. I am currently set as the number one trial in circuit court in front of Judge Aquilina starting September 15th. So I would be in trial in circuit court on September 18th.
Oh, did you have any questions today, sir?
I just had one thing to say. They already offered me something in the other court, which is better than what the deal he went to offer me. But I point blank will let you know that I'm going to court. I'm here. I've been here. I'm going to be here.
You were offered, he has a different offer at the circuit court level.
Absolutely, even a better deal.
Well, and was that offer to follow you back to this court, or is that if you pled in circuit
I
court?
pled in circuit court.
How many shall be?
It'll be November 13th at 8.
November 13th at 8 o'clock in the morning will be the new trial date. And I don't know, maybe you communicated what that offer was to your attorney, or Mr. Nickel may be aware, maybe he can try to negotiate that. I don't know how you can get a better offer on a felony than you do on
Another question. I'm like, I had one of my witnesses, she in Florida. She flew down here. We plan on going the 18th. She lives in Florida now. And she's was the person that lived with me in the house, seeing everything. I'm like, it's been 28 months. I mean, this is just, I'm dumbfounded. I'm like, my witnesses, a couple more out of state, this, that, and we keep on planning. I understand he's got something, but
Well, he's the reason why we can't go on the 18th. It has nothing to do with us. And why would your witness be here now if it for a September
we
trial?
plan on, if not today, the 18th. I mean,
Today was never a trial date. Today was a final pretrial. So your witness did not need to appear for today. Your witness would need to appear if you plan to call a witness at your jury trial, which right now is scheduled for November 13th. And then I would advise, even before you had a witness get up here for November 13th, that you have your attorney check with my court staff to find out if there's anything priority to that, because that's not the only trial currently scheduled, I'm sure. And there may be something that could be older than yours and could potentially bump yours. May not, because you have a 2021 file. But that's a possibility. Before you have someone to get the expense of flying up here, you want to make sure it's confirmed. If we're going to confirm that date, I can give you that priority and then move anybody else so that you're not incurring the cost of having, or your witness is incurring costs of coming up here for trial. But your witness did not need to appear today.
I guess my thing is, because you guys got that date, I'm gonna have to check with her because she's got other obligations down there. I got a family member that's really, really sick. This all happened.
Your witness is here right now.
Yes.
You can feel free to check with her.
I think we have to, I let longer. She's got to go back to Florida. She got something to do the 11th and 12th, late threatening for somebody else, my sister-in-law. So I have to go farther than that.
Yeah,
She's not going to be able to be here. She's my only. I mean, she is the key witness.
so what you're saying is that your witness, your key witness, for your defense would not be available on November 13th. So what you're saying?
What day you get the?
Right.
After 4 days, would be all right.
Right.
I guess like 4 days after the 13th, or I think 11th to like the 15th. she
Oh,
won't be able to come.
We can get you another date. I can give you another date.
I knew that there was something going on and I didn't know about his either. I'm like,
It happens, schedules.
let me put it this way.
And I'm typically not this accommodating for schedules, because I got a balanced schedule too. But I know you have a out-of-state witness, and it's not your fault that you're not gonna be able to go on the 18th. It's not Mr. Nichols' fault. He's not gonna be able to go on the 18th either. He's got another trial.
Other than money, I'm here today and I'll be here when we do. Supposed to be here.
She said.
November 20th or the 27th. Just be in mind, the 27th is probably the Monday after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a little costly to fly up here if that's how she's getting here.
So, you know, I want to get it done, not a problem. I'm paying.
You can do the 20th or the 27th,
What, the 20th?
Yeah.
20th?
November 20th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Any additional matters for today's record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you a notice to appear and you'll be all set for today, okay? When did you give me this back?
She's here. She said she would. Courthouse.
Where is she?
I didn't have the contact information.
I'm sorry?
So yeah, we just-
Where is she?
What's your name, sir? You with her?
I know I spoke with them. John.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christina Raymond, I have file numbers 23-01574575 Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Christina Raymond.
Okay, Ms. Raymond, you're supposed to be here at 8 o'clock.
Yes, I went to the wrong building and I've been there since 7:30. I didn't even know anything about this.
Which building did you go to?
The one down the road. It was like 8 minutes away.
You was at the circuit court?
Yes.
Okay, and you just sitting outside?
No, I was sitting upstairs or outside of courtroom 4.
Okay, never checked in with anybody? Always check in when you go to a court. You always check in with court staff, okay? Okay, and you've been here before? No,
No,
just
so that can
virtually?
recall.
It was arranged virtually?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Everything was virtual.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so today was the date that we set this for final pretrial. I have one dog bite. I have no dog, no license, another dog, no license. Did we have a witness here?
I spoke with, I believe, in this matter, Your Honor, the victim is 6 years old. I spoke with his mother on Friday. I do not believe we issued a subpoena for her to be here, and I am not aware that she's here today, Your Honor.
So you do not believe you issued a subpoena?
Well, I just checked all 3 of our files, and I do not see any subpoenas issued.
Counsel?
Your Honor, given the fact that the witness did not appear today, we would request a dismissal of these charges.
Dog bite will be dismissed. Okay, and what are we doing with the other 2 matters?
Your Honor, we have a certificate of vaccination for the one dog that she does still possess. The other dog, the dog that was accused of the bite, was surrendered to animal control.
With that, Your Honor, the people would move to dismiss the unlicensed or the dog license violation for compliance.
Okay, both of those will be dismissed. You're all set. Who's on the Samsung? Oh, he doesn't have audio. Can you flash your screen? Natalia Ott, this is a bond. Show cause.
Your Honor, I have not been able to get in contact with Ms. Ott for a couple months now.
Wait, I'm trying to understand what is this schedule for?
All right. I'll go talk to you later.
What is the main sentence? Oh, God, I'll make sure that's what it was set for. Yeah, they come up from Miss Ott. Oh, Miss Ott is present.
Yes, yeah, she's down in top.
Please stop your screen for me, please. Who's on the Samsung SM? Hello,
Hello,
what's your name?
Jacqueline Montalvo.
Okay. Are you unable to hear on your phone?
My phone is messed up, but it's hard to hear on it.
Don't call me honey. It's Judge
I'm sorry?
Simmons.
I'm sorry.
Do not call me honey. It's Judge Simmons, okay, or Your Honor.
I didn't call you honey.
Let me see your face. I can't see your face.
I can't hear my phone if I don't have
Okay.
it to my ear.
Who represents Miss? Who represents her?
I'm
believe
sorry.
that's Don. Yeah, Miss Donald.
I'm gonna have your attorney call you. And I'm gonna reset your matter to come in person, okay?
All right.
It was Jacqueline. That's September 18th
What time?
at 10 a.m. in person. Sylvia Montano.
What?
I'm not talking to you, ma'am.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Who's representing her? Is it Miss Dolly as well? Okay.
Were Mr. Dudley, Miss Swain, and Mr. Wells all bench warranted?
They were.
Okay, and then I don't know if we need to go on the record for Mr. Cheney, Mr. Swain. I still had, just in case, I still had my witnesses here. I imagine those officers would stay open. I just want to know if we need to go on the record, if they can be excused for the. When
They can be excused. I've issued a bench warrant.
Okay, well, no, next time when they're picked up, next time they're in court, if they're here.
Oh, yeah, so both of those that were set for trials
Yes.
that I
that-
amended,
that
they've
was-
been, bench warranted with a remand.
Okay.
So they'll probably get another,
at least-
trial day. I don't know what, sometimes the clerk's office does weird stuff when this happens. So
Yeah.
I really can't speak to what's gonna happen.
Well,
Maybe
I,
we should put a note in there, what we want it set for.
But sometimes they set it straight.
no, and I just wanted to ask you, Your Honor, if I can.
Yeah, your witness do not need to appear at the second, if I
Okay.
set it for another second pre-trial.
Okay, next time. All right, just so I can let them go right now.
Sounds good. And then what's your name, sir?
Okay.
Where's his attorney?
Yeah,
Well, then we have Lavelle Gray. I don't know if you, or Jim
Yeah.
Hearing.
Yes. Did we get an updated report on Mr. Gray?
I have not.
No, it's my understanding from Aaron Schroeder that they've done the 90-day interview. They're waiting for the report.
Okay, we'll reset him. Oh, yes, please.
I don't know how long it takes.
I don't know. They're backed up over there.
October 2nd at 9:30.
October 2nd at 9:30. We'll get Mr. Gray a copy of that notice. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Natalia Ott, file number 23-01156. Let's see. Off the record.
No, I was about to go in there and say, where is he?
Well, they logged in, they just haven't put nobody in there, but he's not supposed to be until 10, so.
It's not a felony day where everybody in jail.
Agreed, it's Monday. Okay, back on the record in the matter versus Natalie Ott. Ms. Ott, or counsel, you putting your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Dowling on behalf of the defendant Natalia Ott, who is the present and standing to my right.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a show cause on a bond violation. Let's see, I received information from the probation department. You're on a delayed sentence, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and I received information that you failed multiple drug tests for methamphetamine with levels of methamphetamine increasing. In addition, it says the defendant has missed multiple drug screens, and the probation department sought my assistance to advise how we were going to proceed. So, number one, why have you missed your drug screens?
I haven't been able to pay for them.
Are you working?
I just got a job recently.
Where are you working?
Taco Bell
Which Taco Bell?
in Openness.
Okay, and the violations alleging that you recently failed multiple drug tests, those are bond violations. Bond violations are contempt of court and punishable with a maximum penalty of 93 days in jail and or up to $7,500 in fines. In addition, you have a delayed sentence with some pretty strict conditions here, and that if you had followed the deferred sentence order, then this matter would have been is it going to be dismissed if she follows the order?
Your Honor, I do believe yes.
Okay, and so I put you on a term of 6 months deferred sentencing. You were supposed to do a substance abuse assessment, that I told you that in June. And then you were going to do that within 30 days and provide and follow all recommendations at probation. You were going to test weekly up until the time of your deferred sentence date. You were employed at AutoZone at the time. What happened with your employment at AutoZone?
My background check didn't come back.
Okay, because you were to maintain employment, so you lost your employment there?
I was never working there.
She got hired in. but,
Okay,
it
you
was-
never started?
Mhm.
Said yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then you were supposed to enroll in a GED program. You've done that?
Yeah, I got back into high school.
Okay. Okay, so then I did remove the no contact order because I think the alleged victim was your mom, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you have not gotten The substance abuse assessment?
No, I didn't have money to pay for it.
When are you gonna go get it? Because I ordered you to do within 30 days. And it's been 60.
Your Honor, I also regret that I lost communication with Ms. Ott. I didn't have good contact information for her when we last met. I can obviously go through the steps to get a substance abuse assessment. I just lost contact with her, so I will, I can get that paid for through the circuit court.
Okay. What's your phone number? 331.
4831.
So that's obviously a different number than you had back in April. Is that a yes? Okay. Did your address change?
I'm living at 3709.
You need to make sure you keep the court abreast of any changes to your contact information. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. As to the alleged bond violations, you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to be represented by counsel at that contested hearing. If you're found to be in violation of your bond conditions, your bond can be revoked. So because you haven't been sentenced, you're still under bond orders. You understand that?
Yeah.
And so if your bond is revoked, that means you would be sitting in jail until the time that I sentence you. Do you know that?
Yes.
Do you want to sit in jail until I sentence you?
No.
I didn't think so. And so you have the right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute as to the bond violation. If you plead not guilty or stand mute, we'll set it for hearing. Counsel, how does she want to proceed?
Your Honor, I don't believe there's going to be any need for a hearing. Ms. Ott does admit that for her first two tests that she was positive and that she actually used before the second test, and that she has not since had been able to pay for any of the tests or gotten a substance abuse assessment. So we were not asking for a hearing.
Is that correct, ma'am? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hand down. And so you understood the rights that you have to have a contested hearing on the bond violation. You understand the potential penalty for a bond violation. Okay, you want to waive your right to have a hearing? Okay, you want to plead guilty to the bond violation? The bond violation I'm discussing is that you failed multiple drug tests with being positive for methamphetamine and the levels of methamphetamine increasing. You're pleading guilty as to that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so have you used methamphetamine, or did you use before you tested on those dates?
Yeah.
Okay. And you knew it was methamphetamine when you used it?
Yeah.
And you don't have a prescription for meth, do you?
No.
Okay. I accept your plea, find your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Right now, I'm going to extend your deferred sentencing for 3 months. You need to do your substance abuse screening within the next 30 days, or you'll do 30 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You have contact information for Ms. Donnelly?
I will be providing her my card, Your Honor, and I'll be getting her mother's contact information.
All right, so you'll work with Ms. Donnelly to make sure that that substance abuse assessment is completed, and then you can follow all the recommendations of probation as it relates to your treatment. You need to continue testing weekly. You're not to use, purchase, or possess any drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set. We have Sylvia Montano here.
I do need a breakout room with Ms. Montano for discuss an offer.
Okay.
Uh-oh. He keeps trying to start my video. Oh. It's not gonna- I'd rather go here.
You can be seated. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Sylvia Montano. File number is 23-02129. Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Downey on behalf of defendant Sylvia Montano, who is appearing separately by video.
Today was the date in the matter that we reset for this one count of dog bite. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the people would be making an offer for Ms. Montano to accept responsibility to a civil infraction. I believe that civil infraction would be impeding traffic. And with that, I would leave it to the defense, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding. The offer, Ms. Montano would be glad to accept it.
Is that correct, Ms. Montano?
Yes, it is.
Okay, your fine is $125, and can you make payment?
I can make payment full payment on Thursday, this Thursday.
Okay, I'll note that in the file that you'll make payment by this week, Thursday. You can make payment online at the court website, or you can come up and make payment at the criminal traffic window, or you can mail check or money order to the court. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dustin Huffman and file number 23-01653, council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Dustin Huffman.
Today's the date and the time that was set for pretrial on breaking and entering without owner permission. I have here that the people have offered Mr. Huffman to plead guilty to an added count 2 of trespassing, and the people would dismiss count 1. Is he going to accept that offer?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
You want to accept that offer, Mr. Huffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, Mr. Huffman, you have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial, and you have the right to jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to the presumption of innocence. You are innocent until proven guilty, and you have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at jury trial by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses the prosecution intends to call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe further a defense of the charge being brought against you. And you have the right to remain silent, not have silence be used against you. Do you want to waive all of those rights in order to enter a guilty plea today? Anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights today?
No.
Anybody make any promises to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
Okay. You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer, or you may need to report this conviction on a future job application.
Okay.
You understand that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and also this conviction could have impact on travel or immigration status that you may be seeking. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
As to the added count 2 of trespass, how do you plead?
Guilty, ma'am.
Actual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Huffman, on or about August 14th of this year, 2023, were you present at 213 North Magnolia Avenue in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham?
Yes.
And do you have any rights to be on that property?
No, I did not.
Do you have the owner's permission to be on that property?
No, I did not.
So you were trespassing?
Yes, I was.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Any objection to immediate sentencing?
No objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
You can make allocation.
Your Honor, Mr. Huffman has been currently serving time for unrelated offenses and has expressed a desire to plead guilty and accept responsibility so that he can return to society as a functioning member. He expresses remorse and asks the court to consider time serving.
And he was arraigned on this back August 15th. I'll credit him time served. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you.
You're all set, sir. I ordered Miss Zimmer to be here in person.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't able to, I left a message on Friday, didn't talk to her though, so.
Okay. On the
I'll call her.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Matthew Fox. File number is 23-01065, counsel appearance.
Jeff Prados on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Matthew Fox.
Okay, Mr. Fox, today's the date that was set for a pretrial. I have a dog bite and then 2 unlicensed dogs. How are we proceeding, counsel?
Just 1 second. Yeah. At this time, Your Honor, after speaking with defense counsel, I believe the parties would ask for a brief adjournment in this matter to after September 8th. The people have made an offer on the 2 counts of unlicensed dog that if the defendant were to provide compliance for those matters, that people would dismiss those. It is my understanding in conversations with defense counsel that they will be getting the 2nd dog licensed on September 8th. Also on the count of dog bite, Your Honor, the people have not yet made an offer, partially due to some complications in that the victim of the dog bite in this case is the defendant on another case before Your Honor. And in order to, I have not spoken with I did not speak with the victim over the phone prior to this in order to avoid any appearance of impropriety. However, that victim failed to appear today for her other scheduled court hearing. So in order to make contact with that victim and to make an appropriate offer on the dog bite, I believe the parties would ask for an adjournment of this at this time.
This one. September 18th. September 18th at 10. Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're all set for today, Mr. Fox.
Thank you.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Andrew Navarre. File number 23-02155. Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Andrew Navarre, who is present standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Navarre, today's the date set for a pretrial on a police officer assault. I do have a plea sheet here with an offer. Excuse me. People are offering for you to plead guilty to that and count 2 of disturbing the peace, and the people will dismiss count 1 upon successful of your plea to the added count 2. And then there's a killable, which is a sentencing agreement. It states that they're requesting that you be sentenced to fines and costs only. It's disturbing the peace, so.
I was gonna, you okay with time served as well, because you've done 13 days, if that's okay, or do you want fines and costs? Because I just don't want you to be able to withdraw the plea if you're,
No, that's,
because I'm just gonna question.
if Mr. Navarre, I was unaware Mr. Navarre had served 13 days, people would be satisfied with time served as well, Your Honor.
I believe we got him a PR bond on the 24th, so he had 12 days between when he was arrested on 13th.
That wasn't why I was doing that. My stamp didn't. I was just trying to write the date in for the date. I believe that he has the time served. I see here. He was originally before the court back on August 24th, but he was arraigned, I think, on July 13th. And he was originally given a $3,500 bond, 10%. So he would have time accrued on this matter. Nonetheless, there's an advice of rights, the information sheet with today's date on it. Is that your signature, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you read this document?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand the rights listed here?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you willing to give up those rights in order to accept the offer and plead guilty to an added count 2 of disturbing the peace?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you would have to give up your rights to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at trial, and you have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to have them prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses they intend to call against you. And you have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe further a defense to the charge being brought against you. You also have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you at trial. You want to give up each of those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody making any threats against you to get you to waive those rights and enter a guilty plea?
No, ma'am.
Any promises being made to you in exchange for you waiving those rights and entering a guilty plea to them? Okay. Are you currently on probation or parole?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on parole.
Okay. I think you were originally on a parole hold, and I think we amended your bond on the 24th. Okay. Are you entering a guilty plea to disturbing the peace because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As to the added count 2 of disturbing the peace, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. On or about July 12th of 2023, Mr. Navarre, were you located at or near Center Street and Oakland Avenue in the city of Lansing?
Yes.
And at that time and place, you came into contact with Lansing Police Department, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And after a brief discussion, you guys left the Lansing Police Department. You broke that contact, correct?
Yes.
All right. And then soon after that, did those Lansing Police Department officers tell you to stop and that you were under arrest? You had a warrant?
Yes.
All right. And did you did you make any movements or try to break away from those officers as they tried to take hold of you?
Yes, I did. I ran.
Okay, and did they have to deploy a taser?
Yes, they shot me.
Okay, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Mr. Brodowitz, any question?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and find your plea freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Now your sentence is credit time served. You are set. Okay. Let's see, Miss Zimmer. This is what, you're muted. Do you have anybody else here?
There is a Casimir Castellan, Your Honor. Our office has not reassigned him since he was represented by Mr. Keithley, but I will represent him today.
On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Casimir Castellan, file number 19-03842. SN, counsel appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Casimir Castellan, who is present and standing to my right.
Long time no see. Been a while, huh? Looks like August 11th, 2022. 3 years ago, no offer extended except for final pretrial. And pretrial was December 1st. Then we adjourned it because of COVID restrictions. And then in July 25th, which was your next court date, you failed to appear. Looks like you did appear in the court June 1st, 2022. You were arraigned on the bench warrant. You were given a pretrial for June 14th at 9:30. Your bond was reinstated, and then another year and 2 months goes by and you don't appear. And then you appeared again, self-surrender on the bond violation bench warrant on August 9th. Where you been? You've been working?
Yeah.
And not coming to court on a count of domestic violence to get that resolved?
Didn't know about it.
You did know about it.
I thought it was resolved, but
You didn't think it was resolved. No, you didn't. Someone's raising their hand. I don't know if they're saying amen or this is church or what, but what's going on? Who are you, sir?
I'm the stepfather's one. I can say something.
Oh, not at this time. Thank you. Okay, we're supposed to be continuing to a final pretrial on this? What's going on? Was there an offer? How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, I believe, at least the court, well, I don't want to disagree if Your Honor didn't have an offer. I did see an offer in our notes, but the people would make an offer of pleading to the charge of domestic violence with 7694A if eligible.
Is that really an offer?
Well,
Just
they
no
need to
objection.
object. They can't object to it.
Okay.
That's true. That's yeah, Your Honor, this was previously for final pretrial. I believe that's what I would ask that it be set for.
Okay, and so your office needs to make contact with the victim.
Yes.
You've got some nice people that reinstated your bond a couple times, nicer than I am, because I wouldn't have reinstated your bond anymore. You know why? Because you think that this matter is resolved when it's not resolved, and you don't come back to court. This your stepfather?
Yeah.
Sir, what's your name?
Ronald Walls.
Ronald Walls, you wanted to share something with the court?
Yes, he has been doing a lot better since the incident. He had a bout with narcotics, which kind of messed with his brain a little bit, but
So you're making sure he comes to court now?
yes, and he has maintained a full-time job for the past about a year now. He is doing a lot better.
Oh, wonderful. So you're gonna make sure he comes back for his next court date then,
Yes.
correct? Okay. We'll get your final pretrial date, okay?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
October 30th. October 30th at 8 AM in person at the court. If this matter proceeds to trial, will be November 13th. It'll be November 13th at 8 a.m. in person at the court, okay? And if we're gonna proceed to trial, I can almost assure you probably be first in line because it's a 19 file. So you're probably the oldest file I have ready for trial. Okay, do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
And nothing to fence.
We're gonna get you a notice to appear, okay?
Wait for notice.
Ms. Zimmer, have you figured out how to unmute? Okay, maybe not.
If not, just, can you just, throw her in my breakout room, maybe I'll try to figure, get her, because like I said, she needed to be in person, so.
Okay, if you log in, are you already logged in?
Yeah, I already need in the breakout room too.
Okay, Mr. Bigelow, can you add her?
She's unmuted.
Well, it's still her in there, but please.
Can you put her in the
Your Honor.
breakout room, please?
Yeah, please.
You have to accept the request to join the breakout room. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rhys Martin, file number 20-00497. Council appearance.
Jeff
Good
Brodowitz
morning,
on
Your
behalf of the
Honor.
people.
Oh,
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
I apologize. Good morning, Your Honor. Richard Lippett on behalf of Rhys Martin, P 64242.
okay, and this is the matter that we set pre-trial for. The defendant was given an offer to plead guilty to an added count 2 of disorderly person drunk. I think it says defendant was already on probation, and we adjourned so that you, Mr. Lippett, get discovery and review that with your client. Is he still accepting the offer?
He is, Your Honor, and him and I have thoroughly reviewed the discovery together.
Okay, Mr. Martin, if you want to accept the offer, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Do, Your Honor.
Yes, you can put your hand down, sir. Okay, so in this matter, you have the following rights. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at a jury trial by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses in court that they call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to trial or present evidence that you believe further a defense to the charge being brought against you. And you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. Are you willing to give up each of those rights in order to accept the offer and plead guilty to 1 count of disorderly person drunk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and anybody making any threats to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has there been any promises made to you in exchange for a guilty plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and you are still on probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand that a guilty plea in this matter could be a matter that you need to report to your probation department officer on the matter that you're on probation for?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you also understand that a guilty plea in this matter could result in impact on travel or immigration status that you may be seeking?
Yes, Your Honor.
Lastly, you may need to report this conviction to your employer or put it on a future job application. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. As to the added count 2 of disorderly person drunk, how are you pleading?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lippett, can I have a factual basis?
Sure. Rhys, on November 2nd, 2019, were you in the county of Ingham, city of Lansing at the Sparrow Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time you were intoxicated, is that correct?
Correct.
And you were in a hospital bed and you kicked a nurse, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that was a disorderly thing to do, correct?
Correct. Yes.
That I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Oh. Satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. All right, counsel, you can make allocution.
Your Honor, the defendant is 22 years old. He acknowledges that he has a somewhat advanced alcohol problem. He is currently under supervision, I believe, of the 72nd District Court. He is a compliant probationer there. They have him doing various testing and rehabilitative things. And as I said, he is compliant. We're asking that the court consider having him pay a fine and then just continue with his probation at the 72nd District Court.
His fine is $250. When can you make payment?
I can make payment today, Your Honor.
Okay, you can make payment on the court website. You'll just use this case number 20-00497 to look up what you owe, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Martin.
Okay.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Thank you. Who's on the iPhone? Did we lose Mr. Daffin this one? Ma'am, what's your name? You're muted.
Marshawn Mervine.
Okay, Ms. Zimmer able to work her device?
Yes, she's still in the breakout room.
I can bring her back.
Yeah, you can, we can bring her back. Yeah.
How are we resolving these?
We do have an offer, Your Honor, for a deferred sentence on one of the dog at larges. She needs to get training and behavioral classes for the dog and have no further issues.
He's here. Sure. Who's representing Ms. Marvine? Okay, so he's gonna go talk to her. Is that what's going on?
You got her.
Who's representing Garza?
That I was unsure on, Your Honor, so, because I think you've got one Garza, and I think Mr. Lee's got one Garza.
I got the felony Garzas. He's got the misdemeanor Garza, yes.
Okay, so he's got the misdemeanors?
Yeah,
Okay.
but let me, I talked to
Who's got
her.
Daffin?
I have Daffin, and I'm ready to go on that, Your Honor.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michonne Daffin, file number is 22-02636. Appearance, please.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Michonne Daffin, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, Mr. Daffin, today's the date that was set for a pretrial. It said that you were originally in a diversion and they were seeking to get you re-accepted into the diversion program. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, after speaking with the diversion program at the prosecutor's office, I believe we can again recommend Mr. Daffin for diversion. Although I am, it's a little unclear to me about the process that we exactly go about that. I've had some emails with with Mr. Bartley at our office about how we do that, but it is the plan to move forward with recommending Mr. Daffin for diversion. So I think just at this time, it would be appropriate just to adjourn this out. I mean, even 2 weeks, just so I can get the exact process down on how to resubmit him to diversion. And then I will file the necessary paperwork with the court. I don't expect that adjourned date will actually be a hearing, Your Honor.
I can hear some background. September
18th at 10:30.
September 18th at 10:30. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Daffin?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Zimmer, can you please start your video?
This says start my video.
It is started. Yeah,
Okay, Ms. Zimmer, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan, or the matters for the people of the state of Michigan versus Diana K. Zimmer. I have file numbers 23-01816, 1817, 1818, 1979, and 1980.
Mrs. Zimmer, we can hear you. Please be quiet.
Council appearance.
Jeff Brodowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Diana Zimmer, who is appearing separately by video.
Ms. Zimmer?
Gotta move your head out of.
Ms. Zimmer, can you hear me? This is why I told her to appear in person.
I know. Yeah, exactly. She said she was sick. I don't know why she's not here.
Mrs. Zimmer? She can't hear me.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I tell her when the court gives her a notice to appear in person, she doesn't get to negotiate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just really quick, two quick things. How many days did Mr. Huffman have?
I don't have the file anymore.
Okay. It's not that big a deal. I was just gonna get it. I think John said it was around 10.
Hello?
And then, sorry, Mr. Martin, his sentencing. I know he was on.
Fine of $250.
Okay.
He's on probation around the
Yeah,
county.
just fine, 250.
Oh,
He's gonna pay.
now it's showing green on the mute button. So I don't want it on. Excuse me?
Put it on speaker.
Diana.
Yes.
Okay, first off, Diana, you there?
Yes.
I gotta
Hey,
put
be
it
on
on
speaker.
Our attorney's gonna say something to her. If you guys want to come in on Monday, hopefully, I don't know if you're gonna get through the door, but
I'll appear by
Yeah.
Zoom.
it won't let her in anymore.
Okay,
When you said it.
okay,
Okay.
all right. Thank you, Your Honor.
I have a slot on September 11th at 9:30.
September 11th at 9:30.
September 11th at 9:30. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
In person.
Yes, please. Why was Garza here and not the other person? Oh, you told him to appear in person? Because of PFD3.
Is,
Oh. Are we ready, Ms. Mervine?
Hello.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Marshawn Mervine, file number 23-02520. Council appearance.
Jeff Bravos on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Marshawn Mervine.
Today's date and the time that was set for a pretrial. And it is for 1 count of domestic violence, and there's a breaking and entering without owner permission. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, people have made an offer for Ms. Mervine to plead to count 2, and with a successful plea, people would dismiss count 1. With that, I would leave it to the defense.
That is our understanding, Your Honor, and Ms. Mervine would like to accept that offer.
No, she's pleading to count 2.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she's pleading to count 2, and people would dismiss count 1.
Okay, Ms. Mervine, is that correct? You want to accept the offer?
Yes, I couldn't hear. We got disconnected when I was with my lawyer, and I couldn't ask him any questions.
Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll set this for a plea so that you can properly discuss this and ask questions with him, okay?
Okay.
September 18th, 10:30. September 18th at what time? 10:30? 10:30. Is your number the number that ends in 9717?
Yep.
Okay, so that means that your attorney should have that number and can talk to you before you get to court.
Okay.
You're all set for today.
Are you gonna email me that new meeting ID and the date and everything?
It's the same meeting ID as today, and then you'll get a notice to appear in the mail.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it for today.
Okay.
Okay, on the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Angelo Garza. File numbers 23-02490, 23-02545, and 23-01174. Appearance, please.
Jeff Bradowitz on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee appearing on behalf of Angelo Garza.
Okay, this was the matter that we reset, or these were the matters that we reset. I think he was arraigned on the PA 53 violations already. And my understanding is that he had a new pending case that was set. Was that the felony matter?
No, that is the pending matter was the 23-02545. That was the one.
Okay, this new one here was the new one that we reset it for.
Yeah.
And we reset it so that there could be a global resolution.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, the people have made an offer for Mr. Garza to plead to, or plea as charged on file 23-02545 SM, that is the receiving and concealing 200 to 1,000, with an agreement to pay restitution on both that file and file number 23-02490, 2490 SM. And with that agreement, the people would dismiss 23-02490 SM, which is the breaking and entering without owner permission, Your Honor.
Okay. How does your client want to proceed?
Your Honor, the defense, having just learned of this, we are not prepared to proceed with the plea at this time. However, if I have a moment to speak with my client, we may be able to proceed with the plea in a few minutes.
Okay, let me also advise you that the offer would, I'm assuming is for you to plead on one and they're going to dismiss 23-02490, but you want an order of restitution on that file?
Yes, there would be.
These can't be dismissed and ordered restitution on another file. So per our clerk's order, we can't collect unless he's able to pay in full. at the time of sentencing of restitution. We can't order it on another file. So I don't know if you all want to work that negotiation out or.
Just 1 second, Your Honor.
Perhaps we should adjourn, Your Honor, to address the question of restitution.
Okay, we'll reset it. September 18th at 10. September 18th at 10. Do you have any questions, say, Mr. Garza? Mr. Garza, do you have a question for the court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've been instructed that Mr. Garza does have a bond currently on his felony file. Is it possible to address that here?
Address this felony file here?
The bond issue?
Let's see here. Got a bond on these. Yep. This, I put that the bond can convert after a PSI was complete. So
I did my PSI.
So it was supposed to convert to PR once he did his.
Okay.
When did you do your PSI?
He came to see me on Zoom or maybe a few days ago, at most.
Okay.
Yeah, I did my hearing over the Zoom. Yeah.
Well, then we'll follow up, Your Honor. It should convert, like you said.
Okay, convert.
Yeah, we'll make sure the PSI was completed. It should convert to a PR after that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.